Welcome everyone to week 5 and Thunderbirds are go. Okay, so going through the course, we're up to again. Let's follow where we are on the arrow, and of course we're up to understanding consumers' needs still. So still working our way through the course. The fun stuff is still yet to come in the later weeks. So this week we're understanding all about consumer behavior and the consumer decision-making process. It is a massive week for theory. There is a lot of theory here you need to understand because it affects so much of the other parts of marketing which we are about to learn about in the future weeks. So get into this theory, understand how each of them apply to you as an individual consumer. That's the best way I can really explain this week. Is it's really important in marketing that you apply these theories to yourself to explain or try and explain your own behavior as a consumer. Do they do that? Can they do that? And can they help you make that leap in your head between the theory and the practice? Okay, so there are many different theories to go through this week. The textbook in itself only covers them very, very briefly. Here are my summary slides. I'm doing even less. So you will need to do a lot more in your own time this week for sure. Okay, so looking at what you see in front of you here now, two of the big slides this week. We have the EKB model of consumer behavior, named after the three authors, or the initials of the three authors who came up with this idea. And you can see of that picture there and that diagram there of figure 5.1, what I've done, I've highlighted in green and put a red arrow across to figure 5.2, which shows the bit we're most concerned about in understanding decision-making process itself. So the bit in green highlights the steps the consumer goes through. Now, how fast we go through this will depend upon our level of involvement with the product we're considering. It could be very, very quick. It could take a second, maybe two, or it could take months or even years. It applies from everything from fast food to university degrees. So hopefully you didn't apply to come to ANU in a couple of seconds. I'm hoping, really am. But then again, didn't take too long about it either because, hey, ANU is a great university. So these are the two big slides. The two big diagrams you need to understand for this week about the decision-making process. Now, that's just the decision-making process in summary, though. Some of the other theories to consider, though, through this week, and which the textbook will touch on, are things like our internal influences on our decision-making process, our social influences on our decision-making process, and situational influences on our decision-making process. So we have to look at all of those theories this week as well. Now, looking down to just one example of one of those theories, you can see here, this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's all about the motivation and why we might do something and how we might behave as consumers. So this week, remember, is about understanding how we behave in a consumer setting, in a marketing sense. And if you look at it around, you can see all these theories in practice from this week. But as I said, they also connect to other parts of the course. For example, a lot of consumer behavior theory is used in advertising as well and helps us come up with messages which then influence the consumer's behavior in advertising. Okay, that's it for this week. Again, thanks for listening. Can't wait to talk to you next week. See you then.